Hello and welcome to Story Loop English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Marcus. In today's episode, we're looking at a common situation at work, how to disagree with someone politely.
Exactly. It can be difficult to share a different opinion without causing problems. So, we're going to listen to a conversation between two colleagues who have different ideas.
In this story, I will be playing my part, Marcus, and Adam will be... Well, Adam, we're working on a presentation for a new client. Let's listen.
Okay, Marcus, so I've made a start on the presentation slides. I think we should use a lot of images and maybe even some short videos to make it really engaging. What do you think?
I see your point about making it engaging. That's a good idea. However, I'm a bit worried that too many videos might make it look unprofessional. This client is quite traditional.
I understand your concern, but we want to show them that we are a modern, creative company. Don't you think a simple, text-heavy presentation will be boring?
From my perspective, the data and the numbers are the most important part. We need to clearly show our results. Perhaps we could focus more on clear charts and graphs instead of videos.
Right. Okay, I agree the data is key. What if we include the charts you're talking about, but we present them in a very modern, clean design? We could also have one powerful video at the very beginning to get their attention.
One video at the beginning. I think that could work. It's a good compromise. So we'll have a strong opening video followed by slides that focus on clear, well-designed charts and key data.
Perfect. That sounds like a great plan. I'll find a good video, and you can start gathering the data for the charts.
Excellent. Teamwork.
And that's the end of our story. So what happened there, Marcus?
Well, we had different ideas, but we stayed polite. I started by acknowledging your idea was good. I said, I see your point. This shows respect.
Right. And then you found a compromise. You found a solution that included a little bit of my idea and a little bit of your idea. That's so important for good communication at work.
It is. Now let's practice some of the key lines from the conversation.
Listen and repeat. First, you will hear the line slowly. Then, at natural speed. Ready?
I see your point about making it engaging. I see your point about making it engaging. However, I'm a bit worried that... I
understand your concern. I understand your concern.
From my perspective.
What if we include the charts? What if we include the charts?
I think that could work.
Great job. Now let's look at some of those useful phrases in more detail.
Okay, the first phrase is I see your point. This means I understand your idea or opinion. It's a great way to show you are listening. For example, I see your point, but I think we need more time.
Next up, I understand your concern. A concern is a worry. So this phrase means, I understand why you are worried. For example, you could say, I understand your concern about the budget, so I've found a cheaper option.
And then we have from my perspective. This is a polite way to say in my opinion. It sounds a little softer. For example, from my perspective, this is the most important task we have.
And finally, a good compromise. A compromise is a decision that is somewhere in the middle of two different ideas. It pleases both people. For example, we wanted different colors, so we chose grey as a good compromise.
Okay, time for a quick quiz to check your understanding. Are you ready, Adam?
I am. And for our listeners, you can pause after each question to think of your answer. Question 1. What was my first idea for the presentation?
The answer. Adam wanted to use lots of images and videos.
That's right. Question 2. What was Marcus worried about? What was his concern?
The answer. Marcus was worried it would look unprofessional for a traditional client.
Exactly. And question 3. What was the final compromise?
The compromise was to use one video at the beginning and then focus on clear charts and data. Well done if you got those right. Now, before we move on to our speaking challenge, let's discuss some common mistakes people make when disagreeing. It's just as important to know what not to do. Adam, what's a common pitfall?
Now for your speaking challenge. A big one is making it personal. Instead of attacking the idea, people sometimes attack the person. Phrases like, "That's a stupid idea," or "You don't know what you're talking about," are destructive.
Imagine you disagree with a colleague. They want to send a report today, but you think it needs more work. What would you say to them? Absolutely. That's a definite no-no. Another mistake is being too aggressive or emotional. If you raise your voice or show frustration, the other person will likely become defensive and the conversation will go nowhere.
Try to use one of the phrases from today's lesson, like, "I see your point, however," or "From my perspective." You can write your answer in the comments below. We'd love to read them. That's a great point. It's important to stay calm and focus on the issue. Also, interrupting someone when they are explaining their point of view is a common mistake. It shows disrespect and that you aren't really listening.
That's all from us today at Story Loop English. We hope you found this lesson useful. Exactly. Let the other person finish. Finally, don't forget to offer a solution. It's not enough to just say, "I disagree." It's much more constructive to say, "I see it differently. How about we try this instead?" That shows you're a team player.
Join us next time when we'll be looking at another situation, making small talk with a colleague you don't know very well. Those are excellent points, Marcus. Avoiding those mistakes can make a huge difference in having a productive conversation, even when you disagree.
Until then, happy learning.